Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Steve Coleman, and I normally start these videos by kind of saying I'm a street photographer and maybe street portraiture, basically pictures with people in them. But I think it's fair to say that in the last couple of months I've felt in a bit of a rut. I've just not really felt that inspired taking pictures out on the streets. I still love it. It's not like I've given it up or anything like that, but you know, I think we all need to kind of challenge ourselves a little bit. So for the last 6 weeks or so, I've been embarking on a little bit of landscape photography, and I have to tell you, it's incredibly tough. But in terms of getting mentally, well, in terms of freshening up mentally, it's been brilliant, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm kind of just loving driving round and going to beautiful places all over the northwest of England. I've not been that far yet. Today I am in Formby Pinewood Forest. It's a pinewood forest by Formby Beach, which is on the coast in Merseyside. And we've had a lovely summer, a massive heat wave, and now it's really windy and a little bit nippy, but not too bad. And I think it's going to rain quite a few times today. So I've brought a couple of cameras with me. I've brought a Minolta X700 film camera, SLR camera, because of course I do love to shoot film. But I've also brought with me a Fuji X-T2 because I'm finding it quite a challenge, and it's, you know, using film is great, and but sometimes it's not as easy to when you're sort of trying to learn a whole new kind of skill set in landscape photography. There's lots of other things to consider. So anyway, here we are, we're in Formby Pinewood Forest. I'm going to have a little walk down to the beach, see what I can see, and I hope you enjoy it. It's an absolutely beautiful location, and we'll see what we get. Okay, so I've walked a little bit through the Pinewood Forest. I've actually come out sort of to the edge of the beach. This is kind of very sort of sandy, and you can see kind of some sand dunes, I think, over there between the trees. Just over here behind me there's some nice sand dunes, and there's just this nice row of pine trees sort of right up on the crest of the hill. Now, what I thought I'd try for a little composition, and bear in mind this is all kind of new to me, I'm going to stick a 70-200 lens on, and I'm going to try and just get a sort of a nice portrait isolation shot of that singular tree against that really moody sky. So I was telling you about that little rut I was stuck in. One of the reasons that I kind of wanted to try a little bit of landscape photography, because, well, I'd been watching loads of YouTube videos, as I always do, just on photography generally. I'd been watching Thomas Heaton, fantastic landscape photographer, and loads of other people. And the one thing that they all said was that, you know, the beauty of landscape photography, one of the amazing things about landscape photography is actually just getting outside, slowing down a little bit, and trying to kind of, well, just learn a new skill. Of course, landscape photography is posing sort of all sorts of different problems, so that was one of the reasons I thought I'd give it a go. Plus I thought, you know what, I need to reconnect with the skill of photography, the art of photography, and I felt like I'd sort of left that a little bit. But I'll agree with all of those boys who do landscape photography. I haven't seen anybody yet, and it's been absolutely fantastic just being outside, kind of putting the camera on a tripod and slowing down and just looking for compositions and looking for things. I think my eye in terms of compositions is still a little ways off when it comes to landscape photography, but if you don't get out here and you don't pack your camera into your car and throw your rucksack on, you'll never know. So I shall keep pushing on, and we'll see what else we can get. Okay, so I've had a little walk out into the dunes. I'll be honest with you, I've packed the Minolta away. It's so windy here and there's so much sand, it's getting into every nook and cranny known to man, not only on the camera but on me as well. So I've got the digital camera out, I've got the X-T2 out, at least the body's a little weather sealed, and I think it's just going to be a bit more robust for what I want it to do. But I found a nice little composition that I saw actually when I was back over at the trees, and it's just a sort of a buried fence in the sand dunes where the sand whips over the sand dunes because the sea is just over the hill here behind me. I'm ducked down because the wind is so strong. I'm worried that you're not going to hear a single word I'm saying, so I've ducked down behind some of the dunes and some of the bushes. But I found this sort of buried fence which in one part of it must be buried about 3 foot deep, so I've set up a little composition. I don't know what it's going to come out like, but have a little look at it, see what you think. What have I learned from kind of trying to get out and do a different type of photography? Well, I'll tell you what I have learned, that when you are embarking on attempting landscape photography, it's a lot harder than you think. So hats off to all those guys who do landscape photography and make it look so easy. I found I struggled a little bit today with the conditions. It was so windy and there was so much sand, and the rain had come and then it'd go and then it'd come and then it'd go. And what it kind of forced me to do was actually revert to shooting digital photography. Now, I kind of love shooting film photography, and one of the things I really want to do as part of this little landscape, if that's what you can call it, adventure, is shoot a lot of it on film, medium format, 35mm, whatever. But I don't feel confident enough at the moment to rely on film photography. I don't know why I'm saying this. I don't know what I mean by that, because I've never worried about shooting with film before, but I find it quite hard to be sure of composition and be sure of exposure. I don't know why, I just feel like that at the moment. I think it's just probably confidence, but I'm trying. So I did film some stuff on photography, but I wanted to just show you what I was gonna try and do this little short vlog on, and it was the Minolta X700. I picked up this camera obviously second hand with the 50mm lens. It's a 1.7 Minolta lens, 50mm, and it's absolutely fabulous. Really, really good camera. I said earlier it's got an aperture priority, it's got a program mode if you really, really want to make it easy for yourself. But of course, I'm a bit of a glutton for punishment, and I always try and shoot manually. Certainly when I'm trying to do this landscape photography business. I mean, on the streets maybe a little bit different. I might choose aperture priority, but I just find it you're slowing down so much when you're doing landscape photography that it kind of there's no need to put it in aperture priority, or it's nice to be able to have everything fully manual, because you're taking your time anyway, so you may as well make an effort to fine tune everything in terms of focus and exposure and shutter speed. So I didn't mind that. I've sort of enjoyed that. So that's what I was hoping to do. I literally took 4 or 5 shots on this, but I used the Fuji X-T2 just while I kind of try and get my head around it. So I've stopped, I've come back to the car park. It's a beautiful day. I've come, and when I got here this morning there was no coffee van, and I'll just do this now, and maybe you can see behind me there a coffee van's turned up, the Squirrel coffee truck, which is absolutely awesome because I was gasping for a cup of coffee. I'm so thirsty it's not true. Anyway, hopefully I got some pictures that you'll enjoy. Like I say, apologies I didn't use the film camera because I wanted to go through the whole process of developing them and showing you what I got, but I think I just need a little bit more confidence and a little bit more practice actually, more so to get comfortable with composition, to get comfortable with what I'm happy shooting, and you know, the reality of it is, at least for me anyway, that the digital camera just allowed me a little bit more latitude and just to understand what was going on in terms of the exposure a bit more quickly, looking through the EVF and then looking at live view. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm going to bust a move, I'm going to have this coffee and chill out, and then I'm going to get myself back, and hopefully I'll be back soon with more locations and more film landscape photography. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. If you want to ask me anything, please go ahead, drop a comment in. I've answered every comment up to now, and yeah, I look forward to pursuing this new adventure and hopefully getting out of the rut and getting back onto the streets. Take care, I'll see you soon.